All right, so we've all seen the headlines, right? AI data centers are just guzzling billions of gallons of water. It's a huge story. But what if that's not the whole story? What if AI is about to become one of our best tools for saving water? Yeah, it's a wild twist, and that's exactly what we're going to get into today. And look, those headlines aren't wrong. The servers that power AI, they get incredibly hot. And for the longest time, the go-to solution was to cool them with just massive amounts of water. So yeah, it's a totally valid concern. But here's the thing, is that really the full picture? That's what we're looking at, because even though that water use is real, it's quickly becoming, well, an old story. Something big is changing right now. Okay, so to really get where this is all headed, we have to rewind a little and look at how we got here in the first place. Let's talk about the tech that created this huge water problem to begin with. The main culprit is something called evaporative cooling. Now, the easiest way to picture it is like a giant mister system for a warehouse full of computers. It sprays water to cool things down, but the catch is millions and millions of gallons of that water just, poof, evaporate into thin air. I mean, it works, but man, is it wasteful. But this is where the script totally flips. The entire industry is hitting a massive turning point, and a lot of folks are pointing to the year 2026 as the moment everything changes. And this really gets to the core of it all. The very technology that was causing the problem. It's now becoming the key to the solution. And we're not talking about some far-off futuristic promise. No, this shift is happening as we speak. So how exactly is this happening? Well, it's really a two-part answer. First up, the tech industry is basically cleaning its own house. They're completely rethinking how data centers are built and run. And this isn't just one simple fix. Nope. Engineers have come up with a whole new playbook. We're talking about 3 major innovations that are making that old, wasteful cooling method look like a dinosaur. Okay, the first one is just so smart. It's the zero water facility. Think about the radiator in your car. It uses the same liquid over and over to cool the engine, right? It's the same idea, a closed-loop system that just recirculates the same water indefinitely. Nothing evaporates. And the savings? Get this, 125 million liters of water saved per site every single year. That's huge. But they're not stopping there. In places where every drop of water counts, like Nevada or California, they've developed completely water-free cooling that just uses refrigerants and air. And then there's my favorite, this super precise direct-to-chip cooling. Instead of trying to cool a whole giant room, it's like a tiny personal AC unit that pumps coolant right onto the hottest part, the chip itself. A place in North Dakota called Polaris Forge is already doing this, getting to what they call near-zero water waste. So, cleaning up their own data centers, that's a huge and crucial first step. But the second part of this story, this is where AI goes from just solving its own problem to becoming a massive force for good, way outside the data center. Here's the key takeaway. As much water as data centers use, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what our cities lose every single day from old, leaky pipes hidden underground. We're talking about silent leaks that no one can see. And guess what's become the ultimate detective for finding them? Yep, AI. So just how good is it? Well, think about this. AI platforms use these special acoustic sensors, basically super sensitive microphones all over a city's water system. They're trained to listen for the unique sound a leaky pipe makes underground, a sound we could never hear. And they can find the exact spot of the leak with over 93% accuracy. It's incredible. Okay, but what does 93% accuracy actually mean in the real world? Let's take the small city of Haley, Idaho. They put one of these AI systems to work, and in a single year, just 1 year, they saved 59 million gallons of water. That's one small town. And this, right here, is the moment it all clicks into place. That 59 million gallons saved in one town, that's enough to cancel out the entire water usage of several huge data centers. This is the point where AI isn't just cleaning up its own mess anymore. It's actually creating a massive net positive for water conservation. And you know, these solutions aren't just one-off projects. They're all part of a much bigger, industry-wide commitment to completely change AI's relationship with water. The biggest names in AI have set this wild goal to be water positive by 2030. And what that means is they're promising to put more clean water back into the environment than they take out for all of their operations worldwide. That's a huge promise. So how are they going to do it? Well, everyone's got their own angle. You've got Microsoft, who's pouring money into big infrastructure upgrades like a water reuse plant in Washington state. Then there's Google, which is actually using its own AI to help restore a major aquifer in Texas. And Meta is switching its data centers in dry areas to run on 100% recycled wastewater. Pretty cool stuff. So, you see, the whole narrative around AI and water has completely shifted. It's not just a story about consumption anymore. It's about conservation, it's about restoration. It's a pretty powerful example of a technology growing up and actually solving the problems it created. Which really makes you wonder, right? If AI can do this for water, what other huge global challenges could it help us tackle next?